Hey everyone, I found a whole bunch of stuff at the flea market. I want to go over some of it with you. So first up, I want to talk about this really cool thing, Ultraman Belial. This was a really cool thing to find, and I was not expecting to find like an actual Ultraman vinyl figure. Yeah, straight from Japan. Uh, the weirdest thing about it, it was in a pile of baby toys. Like there's a bunch of Peppa Pig and like little plastic trucks, and then Ultraman Belial. All right, sure. Like that's cool, but yeah, that was a weird thing. Like definitely the weirdest thing that I found. And then let's see, I got a whole bunch of old Toy Fair magazines. Some of these I think I might have already, unfortunately, but this one I definitely don't. This one I do have it, but it's a different cover. This one I'm pretty sure I have. Some of these I'm really not sure. I'll have to dig out my Toy Fair magazines from the closet because I think I have most of these, but I don't know. Let's see, and then this was a really cool thing. Street Sharks Shark and Roll. I believe this is the final Street Sharks VHS they did in the US. I have the first two, but I could never find the third one, but now I have it. Don't really need it because I have all of it on Blu-ray and DVD now, but it's still a really cool little collectible to have, and I like that Rox is on the cover. That's really cool. So, yeah, everything else is DVDs. So first up, Ratatouille. Yeah, I don't know. It was like 50 cents or something, so yeah. Sure, I'll watch it. Like, I've heard people talk about, like, how great it is. It's, like, the best Pixar movie, and, like, I've seen the previews, and it looks okay. I don't know. I'm not a big Pixar or Disney guy, so, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not the audience for it. This I am the audience for, though. Cyber Chase. Yeah, I found one of the, like, original Cyber Chase DVDs, which only has, like, 3 episodes on it. That really sucks. Oh, well. Anyway, it actually had this little insert in here, Parent's Guide. So I guess there's like little, like topics for the parents to discuss after their kids watch the 3 episodes on this thing or something. I don't know. I mean, they're good episodes. They're all like from the early seasons before it went to Flash and got really bad. Okay. Next up, this was a cool thing. Looney Tunes Superstars. It's a collection of 3 of the individual Superstar DVDs. Bugs Bunny, Foghorn Leghorn, and Wile E. Coyote. This was really cool. The Wile E. Coyote one, I don't think I have the Bugs Bunny one. I do have Foghorn Leghorn. So, let's see. Oh, it's one of these. They're just stacked on top of each other. That's lame. Anyway, Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner, I'm not a big fan of. They're just really, I don't know, I don't find them that funny. Like, once in a while they're funny, but so many of the episodes are the same thing, which is fine, but I don't really care to have a collection of them. But it looks like there's other stuff on here. One of the unfortunate things with these is they don't have, like, full episode lists on the back. With the Foghorn Leghorn one, I know there is, like, an episode list on the back. And then Muppets double feature. Muppets Take Manhattan and Muppets from Space. And it's one of these, so that's nice. They're not stacked on top of each other. Let's see. So Muppets from Space has a commentary with the Muppets. That's interesting. There's a music video by the Dust Brothers. Cool. Muppets Take Manhattan doesn't look like it has too much there. Muppetisms. Don't know what that is. Wait for the thing to go by. Okay. So this was a really cool thing. Akira Kurosawa's Ron. Yeah. An Akira Kurosawa samurai movie for 50 cents. Wacky. So anyway, I noticed this has a little logo in the bottom of it. Fox Lorber. Is that like Kino Lorber? Huh. Is that like where Kino Lorber started, as Fox Lorber? Then, Predators. Never seen this one. I've seen the original Predator and I saw Prey last year. Never watched any other Predator movies. I just wasn't really all that interested, but 50 cents, pretty cool. Also, it's a rental exclusive, apparently. Don't know anything about this. I read a comic book adaptation of Predators years ago, and it was really, really boring. So I don't know, maybe the movie is better than the comic adaptation. The comic was just really basic. It was basically just, it was the original movie, but with more boring characters. This was a cool thing. Pink Flamingos. And also Female Trouble. Yeah, 2 John Waters movies. That was really awesome to find. And they both have bonus features. They both got commentaries, and Pink Flamingos has deleted scenes with an introduction by John Waters, which I think it just plays at the end of the movie. It's not like a separate, or maybe it is on this one, I don't know. Because I have another DVD of this, and the deleted scenes section is weird. It just starts up at the end of the movie. Spawn, one of my favorite comic book movies. Not a whole lot to say about it. I really like the Spawn movie. I think it was a really good comic book adaptation. Like, yeah, it's silly, but so was the Spawn comic at times, so it didn't really... I liked it. I like this. I like the cartoon, too. I like the live-action movie. I don't know why some people really hate it. Some people really, really hate the movie, and I don't really know where they're coming from. Mouse Hunt. I saw this when I was really little, and I remember liking it. I have not seen it since I was like 6, I think. 1997, so yeah, I would have been, I think less than 6 actually. I would have been like maybe 5? Yeah, 5 or 6 anyway. Cheapo box. No idea if it holds up. Next thing, Gravity Falls Volume 1, 6 Strange Tales. It's weird it says Volume 1. Was there even a Volume 2? Or was this one of those stupid Disney things where they put out Volume 1 and then just never follow it up? I know there is a complete series set of Gravity Falls, and I kind of wanted to get that, but it's kind of pricey, so I'm holding off on it. It's probably going to be out of print by the time I decide I want it or not. Anyway, I have never actually seen much of Gravity Falls. I've seen bits and pieces of it, but I never sat down and, like, actively tried to watch it, but I've heard good things about it. I guess it was really good, so I don't know. And this was a weird thing. The Black Hole. Now, I have a copy of The Black Hole from Disney, but this one, interestingly, was not distributed by Disney. It was distributed by Anchor Bay. Disney's not even, like, credited anywhere except for teeny tiny down there. There's a little thing that says Disney Enterprises. So that's really interesting to have, like, yeah, just a straight-up Disney movie not being distributed by Disney. And you're at the Roast of William Shatner, which I've seen before, and it's pretty funny. Not, like, super amazing or anything, but it's a goofy little thing. It's something to add to my Star Trek collection, I guess, because I do want to start collecting more Star Trek DVDs. This is an interesting double feature, Topper and Topper Returns. Interesting story about Topper Returns. When I was younger, my grandmother got a bunch of tapes, and one of them was Topper Returns, and none of us had ever seen it before or heard of it before, but it was a black and white comedy, and like a screwball comedy, and those were usually something we enjoyed. Like, there was a movie called Bringing Up Baby about this couple and a pet tiger. Yeah, it was a pretty good movie. Anyway, Topper Returns was all about, there was these couple of ghosts talking to this guy, trying to tell him about, warn him about there's this murderer on the loose, he killed us, you gotta catch him and report him to the police or something. And a bunch of shenanigans happen, and eventually the bad guy's caught. Oh, actually, I think he dies and he becomes a ghost too. But there was a weird thing in Topper Returns at the beginning, when Topper, the titular Topper, who, there he is on the cover. Yeah, he's oddly, like, obscured a lot. Let's see, he's right there in between those two people. He sees the ghosts, and he's like, oh no, I've had enough of your kind, implying that there was another, and the movie was called Topper Returns. So we were like, so was there another Topper? And eventually we did find this DVD, this exact double feature DVD at a video store, and we rented it and watched the first Topper, and it was okay. The Topper Returns is way better than the first one. The first one's, it's good. It's watchable. Cary Grant's in it, huh? He was pretty famous in his day, wasn't he? There's one particularly funny part that stands out where they're in a restaurant, but other than that, yeah. There's another Topper movie called Topper Takes a Trip, which apparently had some kind of distribution issues, and only very recently came out on any kind of home media. It was put out on tape, like, once back in the 80s, and then something happened with the rights or something. I don't know what the story is there, but really bizarre string of events. But anyway, I think we do have, or at least my grandparents have this DVD, or maybe they just have Topper Returns on. I don't know, but regardless, I have my own copy now. Oh, and another John Waters thing, Serial Mom. No idea what to expect from this. The only John Waters movies I've seen was Female Trouble and Pink Flamingos. I have the original Hairspray somewhere, but I still haven't watched it. Also, I liked him in, what was it? Bride of Chucky or Seed of Chucky? One of those movies John Waters had a cameo in, and he was really good. So anyway, Serial Mom. Looks like it's a slasher movie comedy with someone's mother, maybe? Ricky Lake is in it. Okay. Don't know what to expect from this. It looks interesting. And I liked John Waters' other movies. I liked Pink Flamingos and Female Trouble, and this is a far more recent movie, 1994. So that'll be interesting to see, like, how he evolved as a filmmaker. So next up, The Wicker Man, the original Wicker Man with Christopher Lee. This was really, really cool to find. I see the new Wicker Man, it's like 20 years old now, with, was it Nicolas Cage? The goofy one where he's yelling, "They're in my eyes," and, like, yeah, it looks goofy and all, but I've seen videos about it, and it just doesn't look like the type of thing that would appeal to me. It looks like a very, modern, like, well, for the 2000s, it looks like a modern horror movie, and I'm not into that type of thing, but this one being an older movie from, when was this? The 70s, okay, 1973. I'm definitely interested far more in a 1973 horror movie than a 2000s horror movie. Bonus features, we got a bunch of interviews with Edward Woodward, Christopher Lee, Ingrid Pitt, the director, producer, writer, editor, art director. Huh. Okay, it's getting kind of... Filmmaker Roger Corman. Roger Corman? Was this a Corman movie? Did Corman distribute this movie or something? What's Roger Corman have to do with The Wicker Man? Okay, well, interesting. Let's see, trailer, TV spot, radio spots. Those are always interesting to find on older movies, is radio spots. So, yeah, the original Wicker Man, pretty cool to find that. Next up, Dr. Katz, Professional Therapist, Season 1. I've never seen this. I've seen commercials for it, and I remember seeing the parody on Arthur of Dr. Katz. Yeah, anybody out there remember when Arthur did parodies of a bunch of adult cartoons? And then Dexter's Laboratory? That was weird. So anyway, Dr. Katz. I don't know what to think about it. I've never seen it. Nobody really seems to remember it very well. No one ever talks about it. It's not like The Critic. The Critic is a show that lasted a relatively short amount of time, but everybody talks about it. Like, I've heard a lot of people talk about The Critic. I've heard a lot of people talk about the show The Oblongs, another, like, obscure, short-lived show that has an afterlife. But Dr. Katz doesn't seem to have been remembered the same way, so I guess I'll give it a watch and see what it's like, see if there's any reason why it doesn't get fondly remembered like all these other old cartoons. And second to last up is Dune. This huge box with 2 discs. Yeah, there's only 2 discs, but they gave it a big box. It's one of those. Never seen Dune. I tried to read the book years ago, and I couldn't get into it. It was okay. I just wasn't really super into the story. I just didn't find the characters that interesting, and I kind of knew the basic plot because I've heard summaries of the movie, so there just wasn't really any big twists or anything for me reading the book, so I just kind of forgot about the book. The movie, though, I've never seen. Maybe the movie is way better than the book. I don't know. I also know there's a new Dune. Didn't look good. I don't know, maybe it's just the effects aren't as good in the new one. Like, I'm not a fan of CGI. But this one, like, it was made, when was it? Back in the early 80s? I'm looking for the year. All I see is 2000. This isn't from 2000, is it? Huh. I don't know. Oh yeah, and also this was water damaged, so there's like a piece of paper stuck to the back of the little booklet that it came with, and the booklet is all stuck together. That's nice. Let's see. In casting for Dune, director John Harrison was not restricted to hiring big names due to the novel's reputation and popularity. What can I make out from this? Well, I can read most of the little thingy there now, at least, I guess. I still don't know what year it was made. Okay, so yeah, there's Dune. Never seen it. Don't know what to think about it. So, last up, I guess, is Muppet Treasure Island on its own DVD. No good bonus features, unfortunately, and also, I have another copy of this. A while ago, I bought a Blu-ray set. It had Muppet Treasure Island and The Great Muppet Caper, I think? I don't remember. It was a double feature with 2 Muppet movies, and Muppet Treasure Island was one of them, and there was both a Blu-ray and a DVD copy, so I don't really need this, but I love Muppet Treasure Island. It's my favorite adaptation of Treasure Island. The Muppets routinely do really, really good adaptations of old stories. I would have loved to see more like this back in the 90s. The Muppet Christmas Carol was amazing. This was amazing. I would have loved to see them take on other classic literature. So, anyway, I guess that's it for everything. There's a bunch of the stuff I got at the flea markets today. A lot of really, really cool stuff. Looking forward to watching some of this. I don't know what I'll watch first. Maybe I'll watch some Cyber Chase first. I have a bootleg set of Cyber Chase. It's all recorded from TV. Oh yeah, there was a thing I wanted to show you guys. In this little parent's guide, let's see, I opened it up. I didn't read any of it. There's a picture of the live-action segment people in there. That's pretty cool. I wasn't really that big of a fan of these guys. I like the cartoon more, but whatever. Oh, and also there's a commercial for one of the other DVDs with, let's see, Codename Icky, where they're trying to save a whale. I think it was a whale. I don't remember. Whatever. Anyway, yeah, probably, yeah, it looks like, yeah, 3 episodes. 3 episodes on a DVD. That really sucks. Especially for a series like Cyber Chase. The episodes are pretty short. Oh yeah, there it is. 80 minutes. You can fit more on a DVD, probably. So anyway, that's it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. See ya.